to the hypergamous journey. I'm Denise, 64 years young, never married, child-free. And I wanted to share with you a short that Muhammad Ali, the late, great, iconic heavyweight boxing champion, I don't know how many times he won. He defended his heavyweight boxing champion of the United States. I want to say the world, but I can't do that because I think it was just limited to the United States. I think he was a 3-time winner, maybe more. But anyway, there's a short clip of him talking about, on an interview, he was being interviewed by a talk show host. I don't really know who it was. I don't think it was Howard Cosell, because Howard Cosell had a very distinct voice, so I don't think it's him. But the interviewer or the host of the show asked Muhammad Ali what did he think about miniskirts. So maybe this was in the 60s, early 70s that this interview took place. And so everyone knows that Muhammad Ali could float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. That was his line. Very creative, very talkative, a poet, braggadocious, a loud mouth, as some would say. But we, during that time period, and up until he died, we're very proud of him. When he was in his prime, we as black folk, African Americans, we were very proud of Muhammad Ali because he spoke his mind and he didn't care if you were white, black, or green, you were going to hear from him. So, yeah, we were very proud of Muhammad Ali. So anyway, what he says is that with miniskirts, why would a man want his wife, he talked about wife, even though he had 2 wives, he had an affair with, I think her name was Veronica. He had his first wife, a black woman, a Muslim from the Nation of Islam, phenotypically black. They had, I think, 4 daughters. The oldest daughter looked very much like him, and then they had a set of twin daughters, and then they had a son. So she had 4 children for Muhammad Ali, and then he had started an affair with his second wife. Looked like she was mixed. Had an affair with his first wife. Then he married his mistress, and then they had Layla Ali. And so I'm going to say allegedly, but there were reports that it was true that he cheated on his first wife. And then they had Layla Ali, and I think she's still alive. Layla Ali's mom, Veronica, is still alive and remarried. So he was talking about, I'm not sure if he was married to Veronica at this time when he did this interview, or he was married to his first wife. But and I think Veronica converted to Islam when she started fooling around with him, and they married. And so he was talking about miniskirts and why would a man want his wife to put on display her behind, or her skirt being so short that her panties will show, and things of that nature, and just the immoral piece of it, and it not being something a man who respected himself and his wife would want to be done. Now, we all know, and it just resonated with me, you know, as someone who was born in 1961 and remembers Muhammad Ali back in his heyday up until, you know, when he died, with I think it was Parkinson's disease. He shook a lot, and he had some diminished mental capacity because of all of the knocks upside the head and all that kinds of stuff. So, but I remember people saying that he could understand you very well, like his comprehension was good, but he just shook and eventually had to be was put in a wheelchair. So, but I just love the way he poetically answered the question about miniskirts and women putting their bodies on display. And so things have changed drastically now. People walk around in athletic wear, and grown women are in onesies. They call them onesies now, but back in the day, for me, during my generation, they were called unitards because dancers danced in them, the one piece. And it could be a boot cut, it could be they call it a skinny leg now. It could be different kinds of styles at the bottom, but we call them a unitard. They could be a turtleneck, a crew neck, it could be off the shoulder, a boat neck, crew neck, turtleneck, mock neck. They could be anything. I remember having one that I love to wear underneath like a duster or a coat, a long vest. And so now everybody lets everything hang out. It was nothing for a woman to expose some decollage or cleavage like this. It was nothing. This was like nothing. And this was considered sexy. But now people show all of this and more. And you know, cheeks, Daisy Dukes are back out where they're showing cheeks. Girls are wearing shorts that go up the crack of their behinds like a thong. They're wearing the onesies or unitards, bell bottom. I think that looks cute. I really like that look, but on girls who really are fit. And they definitely do a lot of skating in those unitards. They definitely do a lot of skating in those unitards. So, yeah. But I just wanted to share that video with you regarding what Muhammad Ali thought of women who just expose so much. And today, women expose a lot. And I'll be glad when we get back, because I think it's all cyclical, you know, a trend where we expose everything. And then, you know, through the generations, I guess, it would have to be generations, people start to become more conservative and more modest in their dress in terms of what they're exposing. You know, less butt cheeks and not being in shorts now. And so girls are wearing these biker shorts and just yanking them up, hiking them up in the front to show more of the print in the front, that V in the front. They're just like deliberately pulling up their short legs, the legs of their shorts, to show the print of their vajayjay. And to me that looks crazy because it just looks so deliberate and intentional. It's like, must women do that much revealing of flesh to get the attention of men? And usually they'll get the attention of the wrong kind of man, and they just don't get it. They just don't understand that when you start dressing that way, you get the wrong type of attention. You get the men who just want sex. If you dress like I dress, you get the man who wants just sex. And I don't reveal too much except, you know, this right here. And I get the men who just want sex. So imagine what those women get when they're yanking their shorts up so that you can see the print of their V. They're yanking, especially the the stretch shorts, the athletic shorts. They're yanking them up around their cheeks so you can see their butt cheeks, or they're just buying the shorts that short. What do they call them? Boy shorts? Or they're just buying them that short. And so they just don't realize that they're cheapening their bodies and they're cheapening their look to go along with the program. I have to give myself credit. I did not follow every single fashion trend that came out when I was in my 20s and 30s. I just didn't. I didn't follow everything everybody else was doing because I knew not everything looked good on me. And still today, I don't follow people's fashion trends that much. I'll incorporate a little bit here, a little bit there, but some of the stuff people wear, I know it doesn't look good on me. I have a video, I'll link it in the description, where I'm wearing this like kind of ruffled top that really was a dress. When I look at the label, it really was for juniors. It really was for juniors, but it was a good price, under $10. And I just wanted to try something different. But I know that style did not compliment me. I know it didn't compliment me. It made me look 10 to 15 pounds heavier, chestier, a bigger chest. But I just liked it. I just liked the ruffles and the softness of it. And I thought that it did soften my look. I wore it, I'll link the videos where I wore it. I was skating in it and I was doing some talking rides in the top. But I know that top did not compliment my figure. It just made me look bigger. But I felt so feminine in it. I felt so feminine in it. So that's one time I didn't care about style and I just went with what felt good. So I'll share in the description, put the link of the short video from Muhammad Ali talking about women wearing mini skirts, and just wanted to share with you my thoughts on that. And I look forward to the day where women become more modest, and especially young women become more modest in their dress. And another thing, maybe this is another video. So anyway, well, I look forward to the day where young women become more modest in their dress, and that I see more young women wearing their own hair, regardless whether relaxed, pressed, natural, whatever, but less weave. I don't know when that's going to end. I guess when Beyonce stops doing it. But her hair is naturally long, so I guess weave is not going anywhere, and nor are wigs going anywhere. But you know, another video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, September 27th is the coffee social for singles 50 and above. October 16th and 18th is the dating workshop, in person and online. For the coffee social, I will put the link in the description. For the October dating workshop, I will create the link at a later date. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.